Tanya with Fab Faith Life, and I'm back with another story time, part 2, the one about the time I moved. So, if you haven't watched part 1, I'll put the link in the description box to part 1, and definitely go watch that one before you watch this one so you can get the full story. Ooh, excuse me. Ooh, child. Last week it was 80 degrees and it's been 40 now, so we all just appeared. So I decided, where I left off, I decided, after deciding to move, the circumstances didn't look favorable. Things weren't working the way I wanted them to work. So Tanya decided she was going to stay put. It made sense. It was the logical, common sense thing to do. So that's what I decided. But God. So when I decided to stay, I was like, you know what? Instead of doing that and getting I was definitely gonna get a little bigger home and, just take money to move. Just invest and fix up the house and, replace the flooring, the carpet, paint, get new furniture and all of that. So I started, doing some minor things, cleaned a lot of cleaning, bought me a new couch from Wayfair. Now, I buy stuff from Wayfair, it's a lot of stuff from my mom. So I've been shopping with Wayfair, never had a problem with an order. So I ordered me a new couch, a couch, and the couch gets delivered. And I was supposed to have, before the couch was delivered, let me back up. I was said, I'm gonna go ahead. I saw this couch. I was looking for a specific type of couch with a specific fabric that really it's hard to find anymore. I like chenille I think it's chenille. Yeah, chenille, because it holds up over time. It's a heavier fabric, or velvets. And I was looking for a certain color. And, the color, at this time, gray had taken over the world, the home decor world. And so everything, was lots of gray. I was really looking for a kind of a warm, actually, I was looking for, you can see that color. That's the color I was looking for. This is another testimony. But anyway, that's the color sofa I was looking for. So I happened to run across one and it was a good price, so I bought it. Fast forward, I didn't get time to get the living room painted before the couch got here. So the couch gets here and I'm working from home on this day. And, I opened the door, let them in. The couch is all boxed up, so I didn't see it. So I actually had a call. So I walked back to the home office and I'm working. And I'm working on it. And, I was expecting the guy to say, okay, we're done. Well, they didn't. They just kind of left the house. So when I got off my call and walked back up to the living room, it was the wrong couch. Mind you, the couch I was expecting was this color. And I had one of those slip cover sofas that was in white with the slip covers that it was ginormous. It was one of those sink-in kind of Pottery Barn, crate and barrel looking deals. Definitely not the couch I ordered. So I get on the phone with Wayfair, tell them what's going on, send them pictures, and I was like, okay, we'll send you out the right couch. Okay, I go back to work. Later in the day, get a little hungry. I was like, let me run and get me something to eat. Coming out the house, and I'm getting in my car, had gotten in the car, and I'm looking out, out in behind my mirror, and I see this burgundy pickup truck pull up, and 2 Caucasian young ladies get out. Now, my neighborhood is a very diverse neighborhood. I mean, African American, Asians, probably Korean and Chinese, lots of Hispanics. So, we're used to a melange of people, but we don't really have very few Caucasians in the neighborhood. So it was kind of unusual to see them. So they get out the truck and one of the young ladies says, "Are you Tanya?" And I said, "Yes." And she had a piece of paper. She said, "I think we have your couch." I'm like, "Really?" She's like, "Do you have a couch?" And I said, "Yes, I do." So we talked and they showed me the picture And she said these words, and we made arrangements they were going to come back and pick up the couch once I got my food. They were going to come back with their dad and brother in the truck and swap out the couches. And the young lady said these words. She said, "I think the Lord wanted us to meet." And she gave me 2 of these bracelets, and they say one of my favorite scriptures, Ephesians 3:20, which says, "Now unto him who is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we can ask or think, according to the power that is at work in us." 2 of them, 2 of these bracelets. And I was like, wow, that was something that had never happened before. First of all, it never happened that I had a problem with my order and a problem with this order. Remember, Sister Girl is staying. I'm finna make that little house the bomb diggity, creative house with. And so, I went on and got my food, but I thought about that thing, and over the coming days, I thought about that, and I thought about it, and I was like, wow. And I prayed about it, and I just felt I felt that there was the Lord trying to get my attention. So I prayed about it. I said, "Lord, what are you saying to me? What are you saying? What is it that I'm not believing you for or believing you to do?" And the first thing that came to my mind, that house situation. That house situation. And I prayed about it some more, and I just felt, that's what the Lord was telling me. In the midst of high prices, house prices up the roof, high interest rate, by this time it's probably up at 6% or so. And I was like, wow, trust God, trust God. That's he disrupted what I thought I was going to do. And it was his message to me was, trust me to move now in this environment, So that's how I got on this journey. This is part 2. I'm going to do a part 3 because I see this is already long. So yeah, stay tuned for part 3. Like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.